Hey friendos, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt. We are back with some more Marvel Future Fight, and today we're looking at the patch notes for tonight's after resets Winter Festival update. So let's get cracking. There's not much to go through in terms of the actual update itself, but we do have some other events etc going on, so we'll go through those as well. But yeah, let's have a look and see what's going on with Magneto and Magik. So, as we can tell through this incredibly colourful, I don't quite know what they're going for there, but lots of pink and purple and blue, so yeah, I don't know if they're just trying to be festive or what. I guess it's in keeping with Magneto's colours at least. So this text is very off-putting to read, but there we go. It just tells us nothing more than we don't already know. It's a rolling patch, so you don't need to worry about the game going down like last week, where it went down for all Netmarble games. This week, it's just going to be a question of you turn your game off after the rolling patch comes out in your area. You can restart the game. It'll prompt you to download a patch, and boom, there we go. We have it. So we know we're only getting 2 uniforms, but we are getting a tier 4 for Magneto and a tier 3 for Magik. So let's have a look at Magneto's interesting uniform. It's very boomer inspired, is all I can say. It's I can't say I'm a massive fan. I got to be honest, but hey, it's the effects and what it can do for him that matters, I guess. So let's have a look. Yeah, obviously keeps him a blast supervillain. We weren't expecting anything different there. A uniform effect gives him 20% critical damage, 20% crit rate, and 25% chain hit. So that's very nice. That essentially gives him free CTP of energy if you combine that with a damage proc obelisk. So nice. So we can see his mutant ally basic attack goes up from 45% to 50% with his leadership. That is really laying on thick this Destiny of X update, how much they want to have mutant leaderships in the game, which pretty much like prompts us to think that in actuality 2023 may be the year of the mutant as opposed to 2022, because they're certainly getting all their ducks in a row, so that we are heading into the new year with a lot of leaderships and supports, so that the mutants can do damage in the likes of World Boss, Legend, etc. So that's very interesting. Passive gives him 20% increase of energy attack, which is nice. Super armor and all defenses up. I mean, he was very much a very flaky cannon anyway, so I don't think this is in any way PvP related. I think it's just meant to help him with his survivability in actually lasting in content like World Boss Legend. Tier 2, yeah, bonus damage against humans, skill damage, bonus damage, and all debuffs. So nothing majorly different there. And then we have snare, fracture, paralysis, burn and paralysis, burn. So very much looking like he's going to be PvE meta. I'm thinking very much for ABL and for World Boss Legend. And then on the 5th you can see he gets a heal, 30% of HP, but it's not a recurring heal, it's not a fast heal that's going to be effective in PvP. So I don't think we're going to see any PvP utility in him at all. The damage accumulation and the recovery very much leaning more towards the side of high-end World Boss Legend, I'm hoping. We shall have to wait and see. So moving on to Magik and her, I don't know if this is boomers versus millennials, the update, because it's very much a stroppy emo millennial outfit that we're getting with her. So there we go, make of that what you will. And again, with her uniform we're getting chain hit damage and 100% chance for crit damage to go up by 40%. I don't know why they don't just do a flat 40% crit damage then. But there we go. And again, leadership now is all mutants get increased attacks by 40%. So they're really laying on thick, the mutant ally leaderships. Oh boy. Let's have a look what else we have. We have got Will of the Sword. Ignores target's dodge rate by 25%. Interesting. Increases all attacks and crit rates and increases damage dealt to supervillains, but that's just for herself. Master of Limbo just applies to herself. So she's only a leadership by the looks of things. We don't have anything that's going to turn her into a passive support of any kind. But she is a blast female superhero, so it'll be interesting to see where they plan on her being helpful as a support or leadership, with then Cyclops as a support, or with Storm as a support, or Storm and Cyclops. I don't really see what they're going for here, but we should just have to wait and see, I guess. In terms of our actual skill changes, 1 to 5, we've got bleed on the first, we've got a 20% HP recovery on the second, chance for all immunity damage, increases damage by 50% for one attack, barrier, snare, energy attack, fracture, decrease all resistances, decrease all defenses, increase attack for herself, paralysis, invincible. I'm not sure if she could be hybrid. I'm not sure if she could have some PvP utility. I don't know. The wording of it makes me think it's more of an Alliance Conquest kind of uniform, as opposed to a strict PvP in timeline battle. We shall see. Hopefully she'll have really good damage output. Let's have a look at her tier 3. Obviously her tier 3 will be available outside of her winter uniform, so at least we don't have to worry about that. That's just an upgrade for her outright. Yeah, again, it's not very inspired. I think we have run the gambit of all the kind of different tier 3 skills we can have, and we seem to have gone back to this rises up and smashes down to earth with rocks appearing everywhere. I mean, yeah, the flame animation is nice. It's nice that she gets her devil kind of form, or limbo form I should say, where she grows her horns and her hooves and stuff, but it's not very inspiring. Hopefully it does a lot of damage, because yeah. And then we have Magneto's tier 4, so this gives him snare when striker skill is used for 3 seconds, and increases his damage and actually attacks as well, so that's interesting. I do think they are pushing him towards being meta for PvE. Definitely thinking ABL, hopefully World Boss Legend as well. Let's have a look at their artifacts. That should give us a final clue as to where they expect us to be using them. So Magneto's Hand of Fate ignores target's dodge rate and increases damage to boss types. So yeah, that pretty much says that they're expecting us to use him purely in PvE, World Boss and ABL. So that's awesome, because not only is it is expensive, more expensive than a normal uniform, but it's still a free-ish uniform. It's crystals only, and it really does make him, hopefully, touch wood, meta for PvE content. Again, like I say, we'll have to wait until we get hands on it to test it to see for real, but it's looking promising. In terms of Magik's artifact, guard break immunity, HP does not drop to 1 or below. So that's very much a PvP utility artifact, basically giving her the old null passive, where she drops to 1 HP but she doesn't die. Doesn't say for how many seconds. I'm guessing for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, what, 7 seconds? Recovers 50 HP, 50% HP after the effect ends, and recovers additional HP equivalent to 0.5% of total instinct. Okay, so interesting. Again, I'm not sure if we're seeing strong enough artifact there to warrant getting her purely for PvP. But again, we'll have to test it in game to see how she does. It's interesting. And then there's just a couple of little bug fixes that they're doing, and that's that. So In terms of the actual update itself, obviously we all knew it was just a little mid-month one anyway, so there's not too much, but we do also have some events going on as well at the moment. So let's close up this tab and go into events and sales, and you can see we have a couple of things going on for the winter holiday, so you know, Christmas or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you do or don't celebrate. So let's have a look. And the holiday update itself event we have here. So yeah, we know that we're getting their uniforms. Obviously, because it is a winter one, we get all the previous years. So available for full crystals, we have Magneto, we have Kingpin, Groot and Deadpool. And then available for money, as we all know, Netmarble loves, or Marvel Future Fight Team loves to monetize its waifus. We have Black Cat, Gwenpool and White Fox back available for sale for tokens, as well as Magik. Now, presumably we'll be getting the same 7-day login where we get 10 tokens at the end, so you'll only have to spend $20, £20, €20, or whatever your local currency variation is, in order to get the 30 tokens, unless you're impatient and want to get it straight away day one, in which case you'll have to spend 30. But again, you cannot keep these and roll them over, so which is a shame, because obviously by now you can see we've had 3 previous years, so we could have technically had 30 tokens by now, but obviously that would defeat the object, because that would be taking money out of Netmarble's pockets. We will also be getting 40% off of all uniforms. It's a shame that they don't tell us what the optional uniforms are for this. That's a shame. We shall have to wait and see. And then we have a growth bonus mission, so reaching tier 4, reaching tier 3 and ranking up their uniforms gets you some materials back, which is always nice if you're rushing it for content. For example, we have a character ranking event where we get X-Men rewards. Doesn't tell us what, just X-Men rewards. X-Genes, you know, special X-Genes, who knows? Could just be Phoenix feathers. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We have an energy spending event, which, considering that it's an X-Men event, you would have thought that they would have changed it. So instead of black antimatter and non-stones of chaos, it would have been Phoenix feathers and Macron shards. Would have kept it a little bit more thematic at least, but I guess that was too much to ask for, rather than copy and pasting every previous month's event. And the same here with the next one. Free black antimatter and non-stone surprise gift. Again, they could have kept it thematic, but I guess they really want us to buy those mutant materials, considering that they're capped at 6,000 and they don't want to give us any extras. We have an artifact unequip 50% off discount. We'll come to artifacts in a second, because I saw that there is another event for those. And then we have a faction war. Avengers versus X-Men. So that's nice, as opposed to last time when it was X-Men versus Inhumans. This time it's Avengers, where you can pick your side. Hopefully you can pick your side. A lot of the times people get there and it's too busy being lopsided to one or the other, and you just get stuck in the remaining side. Sadly, again, it's biometrics, not X-Genes, that they're giving as rewards. I don't understand why they're not keeping it thematic, but again, that's just my personal opinion. We have got basic rewards for contributing and some deluxe rewards. Now, these deluxe rewards aren't actually too bad. You spend 2,500 crystals, but you get 500 back. So essentially, you're paying 2,000 crystals for a tier 2 mega advancement and a handful. I mean, they could have doubled up these Titan component packs, Essence of Dimension, easily doubled those up. And they could triple the Awakening Crystals and Mandalay Gems for 2,000 crystals. But it's still, it's not bad. You know, it's a mega tier 2, so that's not to be sneezed at for 2,000 crystals. Especially for the likes of me, I could get this for 2,000 crystals, get the deluxe rewards, and then I could use my event tokens for the current event going on to get myself a premium card or CTP. So there is that to think about if you were planning on using the current event quest to get a tier 2 mega, which I was going to do for Polaris. So yeah, the rewards could be better, but I do think that on the plus side, the actual tier 2 is not too bad. They could have just bumped up the tier 3 materials, but there we go. So we also have, and this is not to be confused, clearing these events and getting these tokens is not to be confused with the tokens that you need for the uniforms. You'll see that they're completely different. If we scroll back up for the actual uniform tokens, yeah, you can see they're completely different, so don't get yourself all confused there. Let's go back down. So we have a little event that goes on where you clear 3 bonus stages. You saw it with Halloween, but Christmas it's very much the same. It will go through 3 different phases, fighting off, I think, Emir and Frost Giants and Frost Beasts, and it's all very picturesque with festive lights and presents around, and you can get these tokens. You can see there you get up to 40 chests from the tokens over the, I guess it's going to be over the course of however many days, and then you can open up and you have a chance of getting these items. Now we all know you're more likely just going to end up with a bunch of energy and XP chips, but there are going to be a few of you who are going to get lucky and get the odd 1% or 0.5% chance of getting a CTP or one of the premium items like the tier 2 advanced, the 6-star mega rank up, the uniform tickets, etc. So again, it's just going to be extra holiday goodies for everyone to have. It's a nice little touch, so you know it's free stuff basically, just for running a couple of missions that take very little time every day. So that's nice. They're then giving out some Dimension Dust and Titan component packs, 100 of each. That's very nice for free. Can't complain at that. I guess that's our little Christmas present from them. And then we have a 7-day check-in where we do get an X-Gene selector as opposed to biometrics. So at least they've managed to change it there. We get 200 black antimatter and 100 Nornstone of Chaos. So I don't know again why they haven't given us mutant materials. But we get 70 boost points, and then you can see there at the day 7 you get the 10 holiday tokens. So if you want to be as frugal as possible, but you do want to spend money to get Magik's winter uniform, then you can just wait till day 7, get 10 holiday tokens, and then purchase $20, £20, €20 worth of stuff in store to get the other tokens. And there we go. That's everything with it. And you can see, yeah, you can see how well that has gone down, but we don't worry about that. So finally, there was one other event that did catch my eye at the moment in the events and sales. I can't say it's a particularly great one. We do have the holiday chest as usual. It's one of those ones where you can buy a bunch of them for like $2.99, or a more expensive one for $8.99 or $9.99. You can get the holiday token, so you can buy that 2 times or 3 times and get yourself the tokens that way, or you can get yourself the tokens that way. That's pretty much standard. We know as it goes. Sadly, they're not putting premium cards in this. It's just standard 5 and 6 star cards. But at least in this one, they've actually put mutant materials in. And then the other event that we have coming up is actually an artifact chest sale, where instead of the chests in store only being for 1 to 4 star, they now include 5 and 6 stars. However, the chances of pulling them are very slow. You can see here. If you want a 5 or a 6 star, you have a 1.3% chance of pulling a 5 star and a 0.7%, which actually isn't too bad considering how low some of the other chances are in some of the other game modes. But I do not think it is worth getting all of these chests and trying to get yourself a 5 or 6 star artifact. I think if you're going to spend money on this, you're better off spending money on other game modes where you get tokens where you can go and get a 5 or 6 star selector rather than just this random chance. I don't think it's very good as well. But hey, there we go. That's everything for now. That is the update. So like I say, after reset today, just expect it. It's going to be around evening time, I think like 11 PM Eastern. It's going to be like, or 10 PM Eastern, I think it's going to be like 3 o'clock here in the UK when the drop goes live. And I'll be back tomorrow checking out, I don't know if I'll be checking out Magik, but I'll definitely be checking out Magneto for you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, take care for now. Bye.